Today's date is Monday, May 4th, 2020. We are in a brand new month. It began on Friday, and then today, Monday, is the fourth day of the month. Let's look at the months of the year very quickly. I sure miss singing this song with you guys during our math meeting in the mornings. Let's sing it together. January, February, March and April, May, June, July and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Bum, bum. I can see you guys hopping up out of your seats. Maybe you did that at home on your birthday. All right. Do you see the month of May? You can point to it there. Where is the month of May? It's right there in the middle, isn't it? It's right above June. June is the 6th month of the year. It's halfway through the year because there are 12 months. And May comes right before June. Notice that May is the shortest month of the year as far as letters are concerned. It's a very easy month to write. M-A-Y, only 3 letters. I think it's interesting that the months of the year, they start out with more letters, and then near the middle, notice how the letters get shorter and shorter until you get to the month of May. And then they start to get a little bit longer until you get all the way down to December. Okay, so how would we write May using only digits? Well, we know that it is the 5th month of the year. January, February, March, April, May. Okay, and so I just realized that I have the wrong number here. That should be a 5. And I am used to writing the month of April as well. Okay, so here's how we write the month of May using digits. May is the 5th month of the year, /4. Okay, that's the date. It's the day of the month. We are in the 4th day of the month, /, and then the last 2 digits in the year is 20. 5/4/20. Very good. Okay, today we are going to use base 10 blocks again. Okay, we're going to have some fun with our base 10 blocks. All right. Here you see I have a number. What number is that? Can you read that number? 642. 6 hundreds, 4 tens, 2 ones. How would I show that number using base 10 blocks? Okay, well, you remember that thing that we call a hundreds flat? Okay, how many hundreds flats do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hundreds. How many 10 sticks do I need? You're right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many ones or unit cubes do I need? Remember those little things that represent the ones? How many do I need? 1, 2. So we just represented this number using these blocks, didn't we? 6 hundreds, 4 tens, 2 ones. 642. And we could represent lots of numbers. We could go up to 900. We could do 999. 900 flats, 9 10 sticks, 9 unit cubes. Well, what if, instead of showing you the number first, what if I just laid out some base 10 blocks and you told me the number? Let's try that. I'm going to take these off and I'm going to erase the number here. And what I'm going to do is just put lines in their place just to represent that we will need a hundreds place, we'll need a tens place, and we'll need a ones place. So as I put out these base 10 blocks, I want you to be thinking, what number is Mrs. Campbell showing using these blocks? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see those okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 300 flats, 5 10 sticks, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and 7 unit cubes. Now, if you have a piece of paper and a pencil there, you could go ahead and write out this 3-digit number. Or if you don't have a paper, you could just say it in your head or even speak it to someone who's sitting with you. What number did we just create together? I hope you are thinking or writing or saying 357. If you got that number, give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. That is the number that we have here. How many 100 flats? 3. How many 10 sticks? 5. And then 7 ones or unit cubes. 357. And once again, we could do lots of numbers, but for the sake of time, I'm going to move on. I just want to show you something fun that you can do. So let's say I ask you to show me a number, but you don't have a set of base 10 blocks there with you. Did you know that you can represent a number using base 10 blocks without actually having the blocks? Because you can use pictures to represent these blocks. And here's how you do that. It's pretty simple. So if you were going to show this number 357, you could just draw. What do you think you would draw to represent this 100 flat? You're right. What shape is this? It's just a big square, isn't it? So if I wanted to represent this number, I would draw a square. And it's how many hundreds? 3 hundreds. So I would draw 3 squares. Okay? Now, what do you think I would draw to represent the tens? Remember when we said it looks like a long French fry, except it's green? Okay? So when we draw the 10 stick, we're going to draw a long, thin stick like this. Do you see the difference between the 10 stick and the 100 flat? They look very different, don't they? That's because the 100 flat is wide and fat. The 10 stick is tall and skinny. So when you draw these, you have to be very distinct and make sure that this looks like a 100 flat and this looks like a 10 stick. This is a square, this is a long skinny rectangle. Okay, so how many 10s do I have? 5. So I'm going to draw 5 of these 10 sticks. Now we could go in, guys, and draw those 10 unit cubes in there. We're not going to take the time to do that. We just know that this long rectangle represents 10. It is our 10 sticks. So the squares are 100 flats, 3 hundreds. The long skinny rectangles represent our 10 sticks, 5 tens. And what do you think we're going to draw for the ones? Easy peasy, right? We're just going to draw these tiny little squares. They're cubes, but when we draw them, we just draw little squares. And I have 7 ones. So I'm going to draw 5, 6, 7. 7 ones. Notice the difference between my 100 flats and my ones. Do they look the same? No, they don't. They're very different because the 100 flat is so much bigger than this tiny little unit cube. In fact, how many of these are in this 100 flat? There should be 100 of them in there. So these little squares should be small and these should be big and fat. And that way when I or someone else, when we see the number represented by drawing these pictures, we can tell the difference between the 100 flats, 10 sticks, and the ones. Okay, today on your guided practice, you are going to get to draw a number using the base 10 blocks by drawing these pictures. So have fun with that, and tomorrow your parents will post that picture and I'm going to be checking those, and I want to see you using these pictures to represent numbers.